Because you're capable of making more than you're making, but you're okay. After all, I'm the richest man in my family. Man, your family is very small. And that's not what you created for. And you shouldn't even be happy on how much you're better than others. You should be happy that every month your income is increasing in a quantum form, like faster and bigger. So getting annoyed with how you're performing financially is the beginning of your financial success. It's the beginning of starting the momentum. It's like increase, it is the fuel. It is the fuel, ladies and gentlemen. Being annoyed by your single room where you're in one room, renting somewhere. You're in a small house of 2 rooms and you think you're on the top of the world. That's dangerous. When others are in mansions, when others are sitting in a house of around 20 and 30 acres of land, when they have ranches, when they have forests of trees that they are going to cut 20 years from now, worth billions of money, and they are now have invested for their sons and grandsons, but for you are contented in one or your 2 double-roomed house, and you think it's okay. It's not okay, ladies and gentlemen. People are doing greater things. Why? Because they are not happy with what they are currently doing. If you're not happy with what you're currently doing, you create a situation that can propel you into the momentum loop that can enable you to accelerate your activities, you accelerate your speed, you get into a situation where you can earn money even if you don't wake up from your bed. This is what me and you should get in. And it's a choice. It's not like it's a choice. I have to make this decision. You have to make the decision. So therefore, I want you to understand that success, financial success, like any other success in any field, involves you being dissatisfied, being annoyed, being furious where you are. But most of us were okay. No, we shouldn't be okay. Why? Because life is short. You got to live it to the fullest. And you live life by being productive. If you want to be depressed, stop being productive. So basically, the number one thing I should do, the number one thing you should do is you should be furious by your current financial situation. And indeed, if you could be honest, man, you're not where you want to be. You cannot keep listening to what your boss is telling you. You cannot keep listening to a situation where you're earning 1 or 2 million a month and you think that is okay. No. You cannot still remain in a situation where you have a few clients giving you a few monies and you think it's okay. Go accelerate your activities. Get into this loop we are saying, the momentum. And don't allow yourself to get out of the momentum. Don't allow yourself to be distracted. Keep doing, because finances are central. Economics is central to your existence. Everything except oxygen is paid for. And soon enough, when you get seriously sick, and when they ask you 5 million for 1 night oxygen and you cannot afford it, it's when you realize that what I was telling you was really true. When you look at how people are suffering because they cannot afford medication, they were just living, paying bills, these simple bills, then you realize what it means. I've been there. I know what it feels. Like your loved one is very sick and you cannot afford a single coin. You have limited finances. And life seems to be like it has come on a standstill. So it's not good. You need to be dissatisfied by how you're performing. Whatever level you are, you can grow bigger. This life is meant for growth. You must grow from one level to the other. If you're growing spiritually, also grow financially. If you're growing financially, also go healthy ways. Grow socially. Remain healthy, remain socially acceptable, but more importantly, make as much money as possible. Because the rest of the other affairs we are talking about can be uplifted by your finances. So getting furious with your financial situation will propel you into another level. You get there, you get annoyed, you go, you wake up, hit the road, do exercises, wake up, go to the gym, have healthy habits. Eat real food, good food, but more important, read and attend workshops that can help you understand more the finances so that you can accumulate as much as possible. Secondly, set the standard of the life you want to live. If you're going to build a momentum for your financial success, you have to set the standard. You have to set the standard of the kind of life you are supposed to live. You get? There is always the standard the world will want you to be in. It is there. But there is what we call setting the standard. You can say, for me, every month, I have to make 50 million. That's it. That's your standard. Extra hard toward having that standard. And when you reach there, you set another one. Higher than. They normally say that aim at the sun. And if you fall on the moon, you are still above the earth. You get? Yes, it's better you aim at 50, even if you made 40, you're at least better than you were. But again, why should you fall below? If you've aimed at the sun, you've calculated the distance, and you've seen your capacity of reaching there, why don't you go? So what I'm trying to say is that set the standard below which you cannot accept. You have to set a standard of the kind of food you should eat, the kind of house you should stay in, the kind of people you should be with, the kind of places you should go to, the kind of health care you should have. You have to set the standard. And once you set the standard, all you need is the money to keep the standard. That's it. And don't accept anything other than that. If you're going to build a momentum for your financial success, you have to have a standard below which you cannot accept. But of course, most of us, we don't take time to actually look into it. We want to take the standard the world has given us. That's it. And remember, the world will always underestimate you. That's why you cannot delegate the decisions of setting your standards. It's dangerous to delegate the decisions to other people to set you standards. Yeah? So by coming out with an understanding with yourself, you're like, honestly, I should be having lunch of 200,000. Now, if you're having a lunch of 200,000, you know, these are upper class, moderate hotels in Uganda. That's it. Now the question, can you afford 100,000 Ugandan shillings as a lunch? Can you? Now what are you going to do? How many lunches are you going to have? Obviously. Then you should and ask yourself, how many enterprises that are going to provide me this lunch? You should set a standard. How many clients I should get in a week or in a day? If there are 100 in a day, the question is, do you have the capacity to reach these clients? Do you have the capacity to serve these clients to your best? That is the standard we are talking about. The quality of life you're going to live should be set by you and for you. And that is the most important thing that you must do every single day. You should keep checking on your standard and ask yourself if you are going to keep on the standard. So basically, that's what I want to remind you, that, ladies and gentlemen, if I should be successful, I should set the standard. I should define what is the success. What does financial success mean to me? Does it mean having a private jet of $63 million and keeping it for the rest of my life? Does it mean living in a super big mansion? Does it mean living this kind of... I mean, you have to set a standard of the lifestyle you should have and aim at it. And the standard you should set should be greater than the standard you are in. So that when you reach there, you can still aim higher until life defines that it no longer needs to exist. Then you retire. That's dying. But if you've not set yourself a standard, what do you expect? You accept whatever that will come to your way. If you don't know what you're looking for, you will take whatever that will come to your way.